So, we are back with another portfolio review, and today we are talking, of course, about the Spearhead portfolio. In case you're new here, which you probably are, my focus with this stock portfolio that I have is fast growth companies, high quality companies, holding those companies that have large moats like MasterCard, like S&P Global, etc., have high cash flows and can withstand basically any downturns. Right now, it seems like we are in the red by 10%. I don't worry that much. Those are my open positions. Its current value is 6,800 euros. From that, over 1,900 euros are in gains, in locked in gains. So I don't worry that much. I can hold this since I hold positions that I believe in for the long term, and that gives me the confidence to hold. What happened since the last episode? As we saw already, S&P was overextended a lot, and I predicted that the only logical explanation here and thing to happen is for it to take a breath down, to have a correction, so the market sentiment resets, and then we can move on from there. What we saw here was a big correction, a straight one. Then we saw a breath on the upside, but now we are continuing with this downtrend, this small correction. I expected on a prior video, I told you guys that I expected to stop around 4,300. Right now, this drop to 4,300 was kind of sharp, all the way from 45 to 43. I don't worry that much, but I'll tell you what I expect because this determines a lot of the value of this whole portfolio. That's why I cover it in this video, in this episode. Now, because this drop was so sharp, I expect it to take a breath on the upside. Maybe go back to 4,400 or something, and from there to continue and finish this downtrend. And this will be the best ideal place. I'm buying right now. I will tell you about what positions I are in, but I'm buying right now too. After this breath on the upside that will take, I expect it to bottom maybe around here. 4,200, maybe even 4,150. It's not impossible for it to happen. And the more we drop, the more I will invest into my basically favored positions. What happened since the last time? The main positions I added some was Spotify. Spotify over the last month had this very surprise all the way from 53 to 65 with some news related to Amazon, but of course we basically deleted all of that gains, and now we are back to square one to 53. It might drop even more. I don't worry. I don't mind that much, and I'll be buying even more. I actually love to buy Shopify. Would love to buy Shopify. Let's see the prices. Around here, around $46. So as long as it drops, I'll be buying more. Russell 2000 has also taken a big. Oh, sorry for that. Google. Let's go back to Google. Russell 2000. Let's see. Russell 2000 index has taken a big drop. Let's compare this to S&P, and look at that. They're all the way together right now. And usually the Russell bottoms first. So what I expect is Russell to bottom first over the next couple of weeks, and maybe in the middle of October, along with small stocks, which are inside the Russell 2000 stock index. And from there, that's why I started investing into Rumble. That's one position that I opened with 5 shares. Yeah, that's a small one, but it's an introductory position, basically like tracker shares. I believe in Rumble for the long term because the other day I looked into YouTube's market cap. Let's type it like that. If we get not market cap, how can I? Value. 29.7 billion. That's YouTube's brand value right now, according to Statista. Of course, you can debate that number. It's 20, 25, 30, even 50 billion, someone might say. And of course, Google owns YouTube. What I expect to happen over the next couple of years is slowly Rumble to rise, and I'll tell you exactly why. Not because YouTube is bad, but because the censorship that happens, basically from the censorship on YouTube, from the mistakes that YouTube does, many creators will actually go all the way to Rumble. It has already happened, and it happens even more as time goes by. So I expect Rumble, those are good positions to add because are all-time lows. It opened at around 9.80, and now it's all the way 50% down. Look at that, that's insane. So I think those are good prices to add even more. Can it drop more to add for the long term? Can it drop more? Yes, it can. It can drop even more because it was kind of overvalued when it launched. Right now its market cap is, when it IPO'd, right now its market cap is 1.3. I think it can drop even more. But I expect it to be one of those winning stocks for the long term, one of my smallest stock positions when it comes to valuation. Besides that, Tesla removed all of its gains. We talked about Tesla the other day on a market review. We said that it was a nice time to buy around here because of this, to add here. If it drops back at this line, 225, a bit 225, I will buy even more. I will add more into my Tesla position. I haven't added yet, but I added it into Rumble. I started building Rumble and I got one full share of S&P Global. I used to have like 0.5 shares. Right now I have one complete share. And I added a bit to MasterCard as well. I used to have like 0.25 fractional shares. Right now I have almost one. I'm at 3/4 of a share for MasterCard. That's one thing for MasterCard. Some change into MicroStrategy, but those were the biggest changes right now. I hold gold for the long term. I don't worry about this gold miner ETF that I hold for the long term, because when gold starts winning and setting all-time highs, this will rise a lot, maybe double in price. So I don't worry that much about GDXJ. I hold and plan to buy even more Tesla. I hold and plan to buy even more Shopify, basically for every stock. And the same for S&P Global and MasterCard. Right now they're dropping, they're on the downtrend, as we already talked about, as we already covered. But as S&P starts to rotate after this market breath on the upside, then it will drop, I assume, even lower. I plan to buy even more. That's one thing of my favorite stocks. That's the Spearhead portfolio for now. I don't worry that much. And let's see one last thing before we end this video. S&P 500. Let's check the market sentiment. That's one thing too. That's interesting. Right now we are on fear. I don't think the market is on fear that much. But yeah, it's good that we reset it a bit because it was very overextended. It was very overextended in the past, so it's good that we have reset it a bit. But I wanted to check something else. S&P 500, Google Finance. I wanted to check on that. How much we're up for the year. We are up 13% for the year. That's closer to normal prices. We used to be 18%, 20% year to date. Right now we are back to 30% at more logical prices. So I expect this to drop a bit more and then end the year around 15% on the upside. We will see. Of course, nobody knows. But yeah, those are the changes to the Spearhead portfolio right now. Let me tell you about this. I also had a small position on Apple, which I actually liquidated. It was very small. It was neutral. I didn't lose any money. I gained like 10 cents. It was basically a pointless position because I expect Apple to drop even more along with the market. I might pick up some Apple stock when it goes back to like 150 or more logical prices. But yeah, Apple, there's a lot of pressure on Apple right now. That's all for this Spearhead episode, this Spearhead portfolio review. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Tell me what you're doing right now, what you're thinking about the market right now, which positions you hold maybe, if you hold similar positions, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.